What's up, guys and girls? It's good to see you today on the Speak and See Show. I ask you to like, subscribe, click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. For those of you who have not ever come to the Speak and See channel, I thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoy the content. Please like and subscribe. And for those of you who have been here, you know we do touch-ups on the SBA, small businesses, idle grants and loans, PPPs, things of the sort for financial motivation and prosperity for business owners, as well as all Americans. But here, this one's going to be a little bit different because we've come across something that is a little bit kind of disturbing to see the government overreaching their boundaries as far as going into your personal bank accounts. And if you have over $600 in your personal bank account, they can literally go and audit you and find out what you're spending your money on, where it's going, what's going in, and what's coming out. And it's kind of it puts you in a very dangerous place for your financials, and not to mention who wants the government having access to your bank accounts. It literally, this new proposal that is in the general explanations of the administration's fiscal year of 2022 revenue proposals bill, and this must be a Janet Yellen thing. She is the treasurer of the United States right now. But what we're gonna walk through here is I think I remember when the Patriot Act, when the Twin Towers went down 9/11, George Bush issued what was called the Patriot Act. It was probably the biggest government outreach that had ever happened. America was going crazy. Like, they're allowed to listen to your phone calls. They're allowed to check your emails. They're allowed to check, basically investigate you online if they feel like you're suspicious as far as terrorists go. But that it kind of overreached it to where it don't matter if you are or not. They can literally do that now. What this one does is it literally makes the banks, for anyone that has over $600 in their bank, makes them liable to issue your statements to the IRS and tell them exactly what went in and what came out of your bank account. I'm going to go over that, and it's a very dangerous place to be because if the IRS wanted to investigate anybody, they can find anything wrong with anybody's bank accounts as far as loans go or what's going here, what's going there, and they can literally audit and get anybody in trouble for the smallest thing that if they wanted to. They could do that. We're going to go into this now on page 88 of this bill. Here we are. Up here it says current law. Business income is subject. Here we go. We're going to read this slowly. I want to go over this slowly so that you understand what exactly is happening here. I'll try to not make it too long, but this is something that's very important, and every American should know what's going on. There are some Republicans right now that are fighting against this bill, against this overreach by the government, that are kind of going to go up against this hardcore. And I hope that they can get more than just a couple Republicans. I hope they can get Democrats as well to fight against this, because this is. I'll read it to you. Introduce comprehensive financial account reporting to improve tax compliance. Business income is subject to limited information reporting. Current information reporting of gross receipts exists for only certain types of revenue, forms 1099-C, 1099-NEC, and 1099-K, and there's no information reporting on total deductible expenses. The gap for businesses income outside large corporations from the most recently published IRS estimates is $166 billion a year. So they're saying they lose $166 billion a year by not doing this. The scale of this revenue loss is driven primarily by lack of comprehensive information reporting and resulting difficulty identifying noncompliance outside of an audit. So they're saying without auditing people, they're getting away with $166 billion worth of, money that could be going to the IRS. While the net misreporting percentage is only 5% for income subject to substantial information reporting, the net misreporting percentage for certain categories of businesses' income exceeds 50%. Requiring comprehensive information reporting on the inflows and outflows of financial accounts will increase the visibility of gross receipts and deductible expenses to the IRS. Increased visibility of businesses' income will enhance the effectiveness of the IRS enforcement measures and encourage voluntary compliance. So I don't quite understand how it says it will enhance effectiveness of IRS enforcement measures. So they're going to enforce you to voluntarily comply. There's a big difference between forcing somebody and volunteering for something. So basically, they're forcing you. Say you're gonna force your child to eat those vegetables. You're gonna eat your green beans, son. And the kid, well, I thought it was voluntary. Well, it is, son. You have to. It's voluntary. If it's voluntary, then how are you going to force me to do it? That means I got to take it and eat it, but I don't want to. It's kind of like that. So enforcing voluntary compliance. Whatever. Okay, next. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this baby right here. This is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. This proposal would create a comprehensive financial account information reporting regime. It would create a regime, a financial accountant information reporting regime. I don't know. I just don't like that word. It's literally saying, yeah, we're going to create a regime. Okay, so this is what it would do. It would create a regime. Financial institutions would report data on financial accounts in an information return. So that's a bank or creditors, whoever your financial institution is, would have to report data on your accounts in an information return. The annual return would report gross inflows and outflows with a breakdown for physical cash, transactions with a foreign account, and transfers to and from other accounts with the same owner. So if you, no matter where your account is, where it is, how it's done, all these account informations would have to be transferred to the IRS. It would be like a system, like a big system where the money is just going through and showing and doing all these things. Transfers to and from another account with the same owner. This requirement would apply to all businesses and all personal accounts from financial institutions, including bank, loan, and investment accounts, with exceptions of accounts below a D- gross flow threshold of $600 or fair market value of $600. So if you don't have $600 in your bank or less, 600 or less in your bank, then they wouldn't have to show this data. It wouldn't have to be reported to the IRS. But anything over $600 would have to be reported and gone through this regime. Guys, this is scary. This is very scary, knowing that the government wants not only to mandate your medical and what you're doing with your body, but they want to mandate your bank account and what's going in and out as far as your money, your cash, everything. They want control of everything in your life. This gives them control of your finances. This gives the government complete control of your money. If they want to freeze your account, if they see something's going wrong, they can freeze your account. And here's the part that really gets me. It's not even it's the fact that, yes, you cannot go into my account, period. But if they don't like somebody, or they don't like the way somebody's doing something or thinking a certain way, well, let's just get them through the IRS. We can find something wrong, we can freeze their account, and we can stop these people. This is a very dangerous place to let our government, it's dangerous control to give. Other accounts with character, okay, I read that. Similar reporting requirements would apply to crypto asset exchanges and custodians separately. And then they go on about crypto. If you have $10,000 or more in crypto, and you would have to report that as well. Okay, so I think I've pretty much touched on what I wanted to touch on. That's pretty much it. I'm going to put a link down below if anybody wants to go into this, and I suggest that you do. It is called the General Explanations of the Administration Fiscal Year 2020 revenue proposals. Now, these are being proposed. This is what the Biden administration is proposing that they pass, that become law, so that they can take control and have all of your accounts, all accounts, going through the IRS. They want to, the IRS right now has almost 80,000 employees. They would add another 80,000 employees to help create this system in order to watch over each and every one of you. Well, guys, take it for what it's worth. I personally am going to contact my senator. I go to congress.gov, type in my zip code, and I can contact my congressman and my senator and call them up and say, excuse me, have you heard about the General Explanations Administration's fiscal year 2022 revenue proposals? If you do, can you give me a general explanation on page 88? You might want to do this, and I would encourage everybody who doesn't feel like this is right or feels like this is more government overreach than I would encourage you to do it, because the government has gone a little bit, it's getting out of control with its mandating and overreach into private personal lives of every American. May freedom reign, and somebody say, hey, I want my 10K. I hope you find this information valuable. I hope you like and subscribe, and have a great day.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah.